Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to RWBY Volume 9, Episode 3, titled Rude, Red, and Royal, in which the rules of the game are broken. So, this episode, it's back to the same length as the ones in Volume 8 were, so we really don't need to be worried about anything time-wise in this volume. But I've been hearing a lot of people say in the fandom that they don't think semblances work in the ever after. Like, they think either they're going to be wrong or they're just not going to work or anything. And I mean, we saw Yang's eyes change in the last episode, so that proves her semblance at least works in some part. But there's literally a scene in the trailer of Neo using her semblance to turn into RWBY. Like, there's definitive proof that semblances work in this area. So unless they're going to say that that's a flashback, because I have said that there's nowhere in the ever after that looks like where Neo is. So that could be a flashback, but on the assumption that it's not, semblances definitively work. Just wanted to get that out there. There was something said in the last episode, and upon doing some research, it has some very interesting implications in what may happen later in this volume. And that being Blake calling the Knight character the Rusty Knight. Because there's a book that is, like, by just the looks of the front page, a late kids, early teens book similar to fairy tales of that, called The Knight in Rusty Armor. And it's about a character who is so obsessed with becoming a knight that they spend all of their time in their armor, and then one day they wake up to find that they've been rusted into their suit and can't take it off. And so that may be what has happened to this Knight character. But it's not the plot of the story that caught my eye. It's the way in which the Knight themselves is described. Because that could also apply to Jean. Also from a line in the last chapter, Yang said that Alex lied and cheated her way through the story, and Weiss commented that she was doing that in order to survive. Add into that statement the fact that Team RWBY has stolen, and you get lie, steal, cheat, survive. Now, who said something the exact same right before they presumably died? Someone who had a story about them released between Volume 8 and this volume, a story that mentions the girl who fell through the world and is very pivotal in a character who is in the Ever After story. That's Roman. Which means there is a high probability that he will have some direct impact or importance in this volume. Whether it be because they finally sort out that RWBY didn't kill him, whether we're shown him in flashbacks or something, whether the hookah caterpillar makes Neo see him, whether he appears actually somehow, who knows? But he's going to have some impact in this volume. The final point I want to make before I start this episode is more of a technical comment. So, you may have noticed that the last two reactions, I haven't had subtitles in the actual video square that has been in my video. And that's because there's no subtitles for this on Crunchyroll. Like, the first episode is listed under their dubbed category, which means it's an English show or the English version of a show, and therefore English subtitles don't work on it. It's just something in Crunchyroll. The second episode is in the subtitled category, meaning it is a language other than English, and so English subtitles should work. However, they didn't. So, this one's listed as dubbed again. So, there's something with the back end of Crunchyroll that if the audio is detected as English, it doesn't come up as English. I really should say that if it's detect the audio as any language, it doesn't do subtitles of the same language. Because I did check a couple other things, and so if you've got, well, for one, they don't give Japanese subtitle options, but if you've got a French dub, you can't have French subtitles, even though that's the only option available. If you've got a Spanish dub, you can't do Spanish subtitles. So, I don't know why, but there's just something that is up with that. And so, since it's been around for a long time, I don't expect it to be fixed. So, I'm going to miss things in this episode. Like how I missed Little saying he couldn't go back home in the last episode. I completely missed that line because I said something. But, yeah. So if I miss anything, it's likely because of that. Anyway, let's finally get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. Probably going to put a timestamp to skip that long intro. I'm still not sure how I feel about this opening. Like, it's definitely not the worst, and it is the first piece of music since Jeff left the show. Well, actually, I don't remember if Jeff left after the audio for, like, the music for Volume 9 was done, or if Volume 8 was his last one. But it's not the first time we've had Casey and one of her band members do a song independently. Like, there was the OK Goodbye. I never remember. OK Goodbye, OK Goodnight, whichever one. They did a song in the last volume. And I'm pretty sure this is Casey and one of her, at least one of her bandmates. It might be the full band, I don't know. But yeah, it's just tonally different from anything else we've had. And I don't know. For one, I'm not really the biggest fan of the visuals of this opening, and I don't think the music matches it, but I may grow, or it may grow on me, is what I was trying to say. That did not match.
Are we sure we should do this? Well, the Red King helped Alex. We aren't Alex.
Butterfly was in the first trailer. Musical halberds. Radio. Are they halberds or poleaxes? I can never remember.
You're the Red King?
How dare you! There is no king! I am the Red Prince. Why, I never. coming to someone's castle without even knowing who they are. And on my birthday!
Happy birthday, Your Majesty! Happy birthday, Your Majesty!
Yes, a joyous occasion. Thank you very much.
Red Prince? The king wasn't nearly as rude, or small, or loud.
Well, if it hadn't been for your kind, the king would still be here.
Happy
Interesting.
birthday, Your Majesty. Happy birthday.
I guess.
How do you know such privileged information? You must be infiltrators here to steal my crown!
You literally just told us.
Also, we saw advertisements for your party everywhere.
Silence! You are in the presence of royalty! That's me, thank you very much. The heir to the Crimson Castle!
Ew. Did I used to be this unbearably pompous?
Your Majesty, we have brought you a magnificent gift
they
befitting of
didn't.
the royal birthday.
You didn't
It
give
is
her a
very
chance to
rare, the
answer.
weapon of the greatest warrior to ever live.
Acquired by us and only us with no help at all.
But we're the ones who gave it to you.
No help at all.
Oh, wise.
Green? Why is it green?
How could you?
Forgive us, Your Majesty.
Please,
we
please
didn't
forgive
know
us.
it was green. We're stupid.
Take them away.
Your Majesty, please. Wait.
Your Majesty, please!
Majesty!
Wait! They gave it to us! It was their fault, it wasn't me!
Fuck, that was...
No, wait. Well, maybe we can help cheer you up.
Beheading people does cheer me up, but go on.
We heard you like to play games.
Is this child going to be petulant and expect to win? A, because they're a child, and B, because they're royalty? Again, there's just one side that's not...
So, what exactly do you desire from me in exchange for playing my game? There's always a catch.
Your Majesty, you are as wise as you are... small.
Oh, there's season 1
you.
RWBY.
If we win, our only request is that you help us get to the tree.
The tree? It's so far away.
That's why we're asking.
If you win, I will help you with what you ask.
Great. So, how do we play?
Roll one! Each player may move every pawn one space each turn. Roll
Every
two.
pawn each turn.
Whoever gets the most pawns to the other side of the board wins. Rule 3. To take over a space, you must dispose of whoever occupies it.
Dispose of? Okay. I think I'm missing some pieces.
How perfect that you brought along friends to play then. stupid.
I guess these are our teammates.
Are
No one's
all
going
these
to get
characters
hurt.
magical?
Right?
As I am a gracious ruler, the white team may go first. Begin!
What was rule 2? Alright. Gets them all to the other side wins. Or the most.
Can you advance one space forward, please?
Cheating.
Victory for
Bitch.
me!
Okay, how about you three? Oh. Weiss, do you think you can take that space? Have some faith! Go, Weiss!
Beginner's luck. It doesn't bother me. So, tell
You
me,
can't control those pieces.
why do you want to go to the tree?
We want to go home. And we believe the tree can get us there.
Your voice
Yay,
sounds
you're
familiar.
out. All over it.
Who are these people?
And how do you know this?
Well, it worked for someone we know. Blake, your turn. Nobody can win. Surely not, though, right?
Someone you know, hmm?
Hey, what about us? What do you want us to do? Huh?
Enough! It's my turn! Attack! Full steam ahead! No! This is not how it's supposed to go! This isn't right! This isn't fair! You... Wait, what type of creatures did you say you are again?
Well,
We didn't.
Blake is a faunus. Little's a mouse. At least I think.
Sure.
And the rest of us are human?
Why was the cat there?
Human? Human! I knew it! You must have cheated! All of you! Get them! Get them!
This is fun. Oh, that one actually died.
Hey, leave them alone! You're going to hurt them!
It's my royal birthday, and I can do whatever I like!
Never seen him run out of bullets
I
before.
won! Give up already.
Yang get mad.
Won't. Kick their wooden butts!
Oh. Now that's a creative use of the semblance wise.
If you won't concede, then I will have you beheaded!
You can throw a tantrum if you want, but we won! Take us to the tree!
Cards, there!
Your Majesty! Oh, you must be so distraught. Unable to do the one thing you were put on this acre to do. I understand. Surely you don't want to behead them? They are but fragile things without a head. If you get angry and break them, they might not ever come back.
It's my birthday, and they wouldn't let
I
me.
know, Your Majesty. It truly isn't fair. You must play your game and win at any cost. It must hurt your heart. Let me help.
Fine. I won't behead them. But I never want to see them again!
What about my friends? They're still tiny! And he promised he would...
Promises are like birds. They taste great, but always escape. You should go before he changes his mind.
Don't touch me!
Come, quickly!
You're banished!
Here, this is the way out.
What is this cat's deal?
I don't know how that went so wrong. But thank you for saving us.
Good thing I dropped by the prince's party when I did. I usually hate parties. How did you end up in his game anyway?
We wanted to speak to the Red King, but he wasn't there. And now we're back where we started.
The king? How do you know him? Well, times change, you know, and so do we when it's our time to change. Don't you?
Did you hear that? There was a Red King. Right. But something's changed since then.
Great! So
Like
we're
you
not
said,
in a stupid
Jinxie
story
was
after
older.
all. We're in its stupid sequel.
Through the looking
First
glass.
things first. What are you? What did you need to talk to the king about? And what is your favorite dessert?
What, again? We're humans,
Well,
and...
I must say, you're not nearly as interesting as the others I've met. What about... Hold that thought.
What's the deal with this cat? Can't anyone here be normal?
That's not just any cat. When Alex was lost, she met the Curious Cat, who loved to ask questions.
And the curious cat helped Alex find the tree. Wait, so the cat is our ticket out of here? Rubes! Don't let that cat get away! Cat! Wait, cat! Oh, my goodness. Now I need a nap.
You caught up with your umbrella. She's not in control of her semblance. Shit. First off, I want to see who voiced the... Nah, it's the next one. Red Prince. Michael Malconian. Oh, there we go. Also voiced one of the soldiers. That... Well, for one, this episode completely crushed any idea that semblances don't work. Two, it had some very interesting utilizations of Weiss's semblance. Like, we've known about the anti-gravity and the platforms, obviously. But there was, when she jumped up into the air... Let's see if I can get the next... No, it's not that one. Is it just me, or have they changed... Where? This glyph. This glyph is completely different. Well, for one, it's now got wings down the bottom. It never used to be the Schnee emblem. And it holds her in place by almost like those wings are attached to her. Now, I think I've got to Google something. Not Google, YouTube. Wait a minute. Sorry, it's hard to type with the... I think Weiss was in the title of this video. It was one of Phoenix Knight's videos about the, like, after Volume 8 ended, where he says something about Weiss adapting her semblance to, like, give herself wings as, like, aerial support, because she's always been the support character in the team. And now we see her glyph is completely different, because it's got the Nevermore wings and the sword going through. It used to just be the sword. There's also the fact that she summoned just the sword to give to Yang. No Armagigas or anything. Like, or more, should I say, Geist Armagigas, but... yeah. Like, it's summoning your defeated foes. Can you really class the weapon that the foe used as your enemy? Apparently, yes, but... So... yeah, it was a Phoenix Knight video. If I can find the exact one, I'll link it in this discussion part. He made a comment referencing that scene in the Schnee Manor, where she tries to summon the Nevermore it has the wings behind her and everything, and then they instantly get destroyed. And then he speculates that in this volume, something would happen with that summon to aid Weiss aerially. Like, she can do partial summons and everything. Because if she stuck that glyph on her back, had the wings come out the other side, could she not theoretically control those wings as the part of the Nevermore and just use that as free momentum? But then we had everything with the cat. And just what? It showed up when she said she was human. Like, almost as if it was summoned. We see in the opening that, yeah, when the king gets showcased, the cat's eyes are in the background. Not the king, the prince. But what is the cat's deal? I know I likened it to the Cheshire Cat, which is obvious. But nextly, let's go opening scene of episode 2. I want to double check something. When it does the panning shot, I want to see if we can try and figure out where the Jabberwocker. So it's an area. It's an area connected to the jungle that has a dark sky. So it's not this one. That one is not connected. It could be this one at the back here. Just this unidentified craggly area. It's obviously not the red one. It's not Candyland. And we don't see to the left of Candyland. So it's likely we can see it in this shot too. It's likely this chained area that sort of looks the same color as the rocks it was climbing on earlier. Well, not earlier, but earlier in this video. Yeah, it sort of looks. I don't see any of the chains. Also, can I just draw attention to this image, just how nice it looks? I didn't even notice that the bridge from this side into the dark area was different from the bridge of the jungle into the red quadrant. Like, where's it do? This one has some sort of drainage pipe. It's weird. Yeah. So it says run. Lick, I'm pretty sure. As in lick its wounds. Because you see it brush up against some grass and the grass tips get stained red. It also makes a scratching sound as its tail goes past. But unless these are like knife sharp blades of grass, it wasn't the brushing. Plus one had already turned red before the noise. Hang on. Given a good look at this area, you've got like archways, broken machinery and everything. Like there's a giant cog. what looks to be the structural support of some like round mechanical thing. It picks up those, yeah, those are a couple of gears, as it says fix, and then tosses them away, and that's when Neo falls down. So, hey, now we're getting on to the Neo stuff, because that in and of itself is very interesting, because Ruby had full control over her semblance, Weiss had full control over her semblance, Yang had full control over her semblance, Blake had full control over her semblance. Neo doesn't. It's just pulsing out of her. Like, for one, when she lands, she changes into Ruby. No reason to do that other than because there's no way, like, person for her to need to show what her anger is. It's like it's acting on her, like, thoughts. She's angry at Ruby, she changes into Ruby. Then it changes into Cinder, because she's obviously pissed at Cinder for throwing her into the void and everything. And then it pulses outwards twice, and we've never seen that happen. Also, I should note that the lightning in this area is red. I don't know if that's important. Not red, green. I'm not colorblind, I swear, but yeah, I don't know if that's important. But as soon as the first Neo duplicate starts manifesting, she turns away from the Jabberwocker in surprise. And then another one comes. She's also curious. And then you've just got a line up on each side. We've never seen her make duplicates before. It's always been a mask. Like, she can alter a person's perspective to see something that isn't there. Well, she is not perceived, and then can be, or at least not perceived as she truly is. But we've never seen her actually duplicate an item with her semblance. Unless, of course, you count those screens in Volume 2 of her and Roman, where that was up while they escaped, but I don't count that as duplication because the originals weren't visible there. But yeah, even after the lineup, she looks to the left and they all copy her. She looks to the right, they all copy her. And then she sends them after the Jabberwocker. And I'm just trying to sit. I think once the lineup comes, it says stop. End. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, stop, end, cease. No. Yeah, stop, end, cease. It's like, stop, don't attack me, please. It's like putting its hands up in surrender and everything. So interesting. Oh, that's good. So we know semblances can evolve. We've seen that in RWBY. Her semblance has upgraded and everything. With Ren, he's sensing of emotions and everything. I guess sort of with Emerald, with her ability to affect more than one mind at a time. Like, that's more refining than evolution, but... So, it could make sense that Neo's going through a semblance evolution. Because, now, like I said, I've not read Roman Holiday. I've been meaning to. I've had the book since it's pretty much when it came out. I just haven't gotten around to reading it. I've been rereading other stuff in the meantime, but... So, I don't know the specifics of the event that happened. I just know that when Neo was a child, she was she had heterochromia from birth, and B, mute. And her parents did not like the fact that she was mute, because they came from an upper class family, I'm pretty sure in Atlas, if I'm not mistaken. And she also had this imaginary friend called Neapolitan, because Neo's original name is Trivia Vanille. And at one, like, she has this imaginary friend, Neapolitan. She, as all kids do, blames things on Neo when things go wrong and everything. Her parents didn't like that. At one point, I think one of her parents slaps her after something happens, and that's the first time her this completely throws off what I was saying earlier, but this is the first time her semblance actually manifests, and her family see Neo for the first time. And then the two girls merge. Like I said, I don't know the specifics. I don't know if the slap was before Trivia brought Neapolitan out, or if that was what caused the two girls to fuse. I don't know, but yeah, so her semblance is more than we've thought, because her appearance is caused by her semblance, but it cannot be shut off. No matter how hard she gets hit, no matter if her semblance, like her aura breaks or anything, her appearance doesn't change. Yet it was brought on by her semblance. So it can have a permanent effect on the physical world. And now it's acting independently to her conscience. And that could be very scary if you think of the implications. Because that could bring anything into existence. If it's acting on her emotions and she thinks of something that she's scared about, it could manifest that. And if it acts on full power when manifesting, that thing could actually exist. And the fact that they're showing that in her first appearance, and also the lineup she has in the opening, and that she is the final shot of the storybook, has some very heavy implications for this volume. I think this is the longest after episode discussion I've ever done, but yeah. And I didn't even talk about the king or anything. Look, I know at the start it was a little hard on the episode, like pointing out that the drum did not match the audio, pointing out that in that shot of the bell tower, it still has one side that's not correct, like seriously. You've got ground here, sky, 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 ground, ground. This should be flipped. At least the background. Like, I pointed this out in my first trailer breakdown. The trailer didn't have the soldiers standing here blowing their horns, but it did have the bells and everything. So this scene has been touched up since that trailer, and yet it's still got that one side panel that is off. And I think the fact that they've gone back and edited it irks me more than the fact that it's off. Like, anyway, I really like this episode, and it's sort of spurred the idea of there's a video I want to do now. I didn't think I would be getting any video, like theory videos or anything out of this volume. But yeah, so if I do end up doing it, expect that video to come out either it's the Wednesday, no, it'll be the Wednesday after this airs to the public. That's when I do it. Otherwise, I'm not going to go into the spoilers, even though I can, but like, who knows? If the video drops, it drops whenever I decide it's ready. I'll catch you in the next one.